welcome back to Stillwater's ASMR. I have been tagged by the wonderful SleepStories ASMR to do the 24 questions ASMR tag challenge that Gibi ASMR created. I'll link to both of them in the description, both Gibi's original post where she sort of created the tag series, and also to SleepStories ASMR's video where she tagged me. So a thank you for the tag. A shout out to SleepStories ASMR. She creates this really professional quality videos, and they're so artistic and beautiful, and just they're if ASMR was delicious, that would be a word to describe her videos. They're just wonderful. So I encourage you to go check her out if you aren't already aware of her work. They're completely different from the kind of content I create. They're really artfully done, and she's got a real talent. It's she puts the artist in the ASMRtist. So I've got the 25 questions in front of me on my laptop, which is down here out of camera shot. So I apologise, my laptop does make a lot of noise sometimes, so if you hear it whizzing away in the background, I apologise for that. It's also the middle of the afternoon, so I apologise if you hear noise from next door. There's not much I can do about that, unfortunately. I know, as long as I'm living in this house, then I have to deal with the fact that I've got paper thin walls, and I apologise for that. So, just jumping into the questions. When was the first time you experienced ASMR? I've covered some of these questions in my introducing myself video. I actually did that video before GB created her list. There's going to be a little bit of overlap. So the first time I experienced ASMR that I can remember, I was about 2 or 3, and I was with my mum at the haberdashery store. She was working on some kind of a sewing project, and she had fabric samples, and she was she was trying to match thread, and she was taking little spools of thread off the shelf and checking it against the fabric, and then putting it back, and the clink of the spools on the shelf, and just the quiet concentration, and it was the middle of the day, and it was a hushed type store, not one of those ones with loud music playing. It was kind of a nice quiet hushed sort of store. So yeah, that was my first the first memory I can still remember of ASMR. Question 2, when was the first time you watched ASMR on YouTube? So I'm actually kind of fairly new to the whole, there's people who've been making ASMR content on YouTube for years and years. I can't remember when I exactly discovered it. A couple of years ago maybe. I was watching something else that I found I was actually watching Unintentional ASMR before I knew what ASMR was. I was watching these videos to help me fall asleep. The original ones, it was some guy doing Reiki, and I found his voice really, really soothing. So even though I'm not sure what I believe about things like Reiki, he had a really soothing voice, the way he spoke and the way he paused between what he said, and I found it really relaxing, and it helped me fall asleep. And he had ASMR in the titles of his posts, and I was watching them for a while before I thought to actually Google what is this ASMR thing that he's talking about, because he never mentioned it in the videos. He just did his sessions, and he never mentioned anything about what that meant. So it wasn't until a while later, curiosity, I Googled it and saw that it was like this thing that I've been experiencing my whole life, and I didn't realise it had a name. I didn't realise it was a thing. So yeah, that was my first time watching ASMR on YouTube, and then after that I started to actively look for content that was like ASMR content. So what is your favourite unintentional ASMR video? I actually found an ASMR video, like an unintentional ASMR video, a while ago, and for the life of me I can't remember what it was, which is really annoying. My memory is isn't working well as it used to. Yeah, I think a mixture between my Crohn's and my depression. My memory is kind of shady nowadays, so I forget everything. So in the absence of being able to remember, I guess I just have to mention that original guy who I started watching that got me into it. He was kind of creepy in this kind of weird way. It's one of those weird things where I find it really soothing, but then I often quite like to watch like the telesales channels. If you get somebody who is laid back about it, sometimes they're like really shouty and in your face, but sometimes you get ones who are like calm and they're like chatting away about their products, and I like those ones. I sometimes watch those channels just for the ASMR, the unintentional ASMR. Name, so I probably won't be tagging in unintentional ASMR here. Name the last 5 ASMRtists that you watched. I cannot remember the exact last 5. I just said memory. But I had a little browse through YouTube to kind of I've got a few that I'm subscribed to, so I had a little browse through and to have a look, see what I could remember being my most recent one. So obviously the ASMR 25 questions tag by SleepStories ASMR, but then as well I've got them on my laptop down here so I remember their names. There's Ashley Marie ASMR. She did a FabFitFun fall unboxing video. I love unboxing videos. And she's got a really sweet like soft voice. Serene Splendor ASMR. She did a soft spoken book browsing in my day. She's kind of quite quirky. ASMR. She does some Bible reading ones, and some kind of like quirky roleplay ones. But she's got a really like soothing Australian accent. I'm hoping it's Australian, not New Zealand, otherwise she's gonna hate me. Actually no, it is, I think it is New Zealand. Oops. But yeah, she's got a really soothing accent. I really love her voice. She could probably read the phone book and I would love it. And then Gibi ASMR, the ASMR sleep clinic tingle experiment. I'll be honest, I couldn't tell you what was in that video because I fell asleep before she'd really even got going. That's the problem with ASMR. Some of these videos, I know I mean YouTube is telling me I watched it, but I don't remember. Then another one, Sophie Michelle ASMR, and it's Dermatologist Clears Your Skin. Again, I've actually watched that one a few times, and couldn't tell you what's in it. And then there's also Southern ASMR Sounds. She did a Ipsy Glam Bag Show and Tell September 2018 Whisper video, which I love her Ipsy Glam Bag unpackaging videos. I find them really soothing. So back to the questions. This is the last 5 ASMR I've watched. 5. What is your favourite ASMR trigger to listen to? I probably should have read these questions and really thought about them before doing this video, but I'm kind of doing it as I go. Oh, really like page turning and some crinkling noises. But then I also just like just soft or whispered voices. Like if someone's got the right sort of tone and whispering and soft spoken, that in itself does it for me. It just puts me off to sleep. What is your least favourite trigger to listen to and do it? This is where I realise I've got nothing here. I'll just use my laptop. Really fast tapping. And people are like, that's not soothing, that's not relaxing, that's stressful. I like slow tapping. That's nice. But when they... No, don't like it. Stop it. So, number 7. Do you use ASMR to relax or fall asleep? Both. Some days I love just to snuggle on the sofa and just stick on some ASMR and just chill out. But then I also use it pretty much every night to fall asleep. Number 8. What is your bedtime routine? So this is actually something that I will be working on over the next few weeks, months. I don't have a great bedtime routine, and it's something I need to work on because that affects me in the morning when I need to get up. My ideal fantasy bedtime routine would be phone off, because I've got a bit of a issue with my phone. I've got a bit of a smartphone addiction, so phone off at so 9 o'clock, phone off, or put away somewhere, and then maybe have a nice soaking bath or something, and then sit and read a book, get some nice either freshly washed or new pyjamas on, and get into fresh bed sheets and read a book for a little while, with a glass of milk, and then fall asleep. That would be a nice way to end the day. What I actually do is I stay up far too late. I go on my phone for far too long in the evening, and then I often use ASMR to fall asleep. And while I don't have a problem with falling asleep with ASMR, I don't want to be completely dependent on it, because hopefully I won't always be sleeping on my own, and I don't want to be relying on being on my phone to get to sleep. And then also it means that when I fall asleep listening to ASMR, when I wake up in the morning, my phone's right there, and so it's so easy to pick it up and start going on my phone, and before I know it, I've wasted hours of the day. And so yeah, I kind of want to I'm trying to get a better morning routine, and to do so I'm going to start with my bedtime routine first. It's all kind of part of the mental health stuff I'm working on at the moment. 9. What is your favourite trigger to do and do it? This is where I'll be honest. So then the next one is, what is your least favourite trigger to do and do it? Straight up, I don't do any triggers that aren't my favourites, so that doesn't apply. And this is where my confession is, I don't do videos where I focus on triggers. I do videos that I think I would like. So for example, the cooking videos, I've really enjoyed other people's, when Maria over at Gentle Whispering ASMR, she does those the Blue Apron cooking videos, and I love them. So I made some cooking videos. I like the Whisper Bible reading videos, so I did some of those. I create content that I like, and it's not always trigger heavy. it's more like the whole thing. So at some point in the future I might do like trigger videos where I focus on doing certain things, but at the moment I don't really consciously think about what triggers I'm doing when I do the video. I just do the video. But as I said, that'll probably change and develop as I do videos. So 11, how long does it take you to make a video? I'm a busy person. I've got a full-time job and a part-time job, and I have like commitments like with church, and I'm part of the Christian Motorcycle Association, and I've got like a lot of things going on in my life. So to be honest, I try and keep my video creating to a minimum. There are different types of people. Like some people will spend hours preparing for their videos, and it really shows. I mean, they do amazing video content that is so beautifully done, and they'll spend hours editing. I'm not technologically savvy. I don't really know how to do editing. I do some basics, cutting out the loud noises and sticking things back together, but my laptop really isn't very powerful for doing the rendering of the videos, and it takes forever. And so what I'll do is I will have an idea, I'll do a basic setup. So today I put some makeup on, spared you all the mess that's my face right now. I brushed my hair, that was prep for today. Sometimes I might paint my fingernails for videos. I haven't had the time to do that in forever, but that's something that I'll do. I'll justify it because I'm going to do some videos, and I actually want to try and make an effort. But I'll sit down and I'll record, and what I'll try and do is I'll try and record it all in one go, because even like adding 2 videos together takes forever on my laptop, so I'll basically just try and record it in a 1 hour and hope nothing happens, like the phone rings. That's a good point. I forgot to tell my fiance that I'm doing videos. I normally tell him that I'm doing videos so he knows not to phone me. Hopefully he doesn't call. Yeah, I hope the doorbell doesn't go or something like that. And then I upload as is. I'll kind of like, check to make sure that there's nothing terrible happened in the video, but I'll just try and upload it as is. So, I mean, I'd say an hour tops when you count in any basic prep. I normally do about half-hour videos. I think that's kind of nice length of time, and then the time to upload. And so yeah, I keep it simple. Have you ever gotten tingles from your own videos? I actually have, which surprises me. But I was listening to one of my videos whilst doing something else. I kind of had it on the background to make sure that there wasn't any like loud noises or anything that I didn't, like loud scrushily on the mic or something. And so I kind of had it on the background, so I wasn't really 100% paying attention to it, and I was doing something else, and it was giving me tingles. I can't remember now which video it was, but it was, yeah, it surprised me. I think it's because I wasn't giving it my full attention. I think if I'd been giving it my full attention, I probably wouldn't have gotten tingles from it, but because I was kind of like half paying attention, then it was kind of in the background, and it was kind of nice. Do you watch your own videos only for the purposes of checking them before I upload them? I don't really watch them otherwise. What software do you use to edit? Let me double check. Lightworks. I don't know. I don't know much about editing. That was one which somebody, I think I'd read up on some forum somewhere, and it had been recommended, and it's free, so I gave it a try. In future I might, because basically when I started out I didn't want to be spending any money on this, because I didn't know if I'd be doing it for like a long time, or if it would be like one of my, hey, this would be a great idea, let's take this on board, kind of like the piano I've got in my other room that just sits there looking pretty. So I picked out some free software to start with, and then in time I might upgrade to something that you have to pay for, but I also don't really know how to use it. I don't have much of an inclination to learn video editing at this point in time. I don't have the time for it, and I'm not a technology person. What time of day do you film? But I have to fit it around my other jobs, so it'll be either evenings or like weekend afternoons. And whenever the next door neighbour isn't making lots of noise. So there's quite a prolonged period at bedtime when baby next door is screaming. It is amusing because the parents, not the owners, the parents will like text me and be like, "I'm so sorry for the noise," and like, we promise that we're not torturing our child. I mean, she fights bedtime. 16. What is your favourite video that you've made? I don't know, to be honest. I have a few that I'm like proud of for thinking them up. But I don't really have like a one like favourite that I'm like, oh yeah, that one was amazing. Yeah, I'm not sure. Has one of your videos had an unexpected negative fan reaction? Thankfully no. I think I'd be quite upset if I made something and it had a really negative reaction. But then I guess I've got quite a small following at the moment, so that kind of makes it a bit easier. Everyone is lovely. What video of yours do you think did not get the love it deserved? Well, clearly all of my videos, because they should all be having like thousands of views. I'm kidding. Yeah, again, I don't think there's anything that at this stage, it's so early in the game that I make things and I put them out there, and I kind of leave it be. Yeah. 19. What is something the audience... Sorry, there was a message came up on my phone there which completely threw me off, so that's why there was a bit of a spaced out moment there. 19. What is something the audience does not know about the behind the scenes of your channel? That my house is an absolute mess, so I have to carefully pick spaces in which to do my videos where you cannot see the mess that the rest of my house is. At the moment I'm filming in my little spare room, which is tiny, and if you could see like the rest of the room, it's a mess. So yeah, and normally I filmed a lot of my videos on my desk. You can't, it's buried. It's like a foot deep, buried in stuff, which overflowed, and it's like all on the floor. So I need to like find my desk before I can do any more videos filming there. 20. What is the most absurd request you've received from a fan? Probably the most absurd request from a fan was actually the result of a typo, and it was to do a soup cutting video, and I was so confused. I was like, I don't get what you like. You can't cut soup. I was like, do you mean chopping up the vegetables to go in the soup? And they were like, no, soup cutting. And I was like, I haven't got a clue what you're doing. And it was like, I was trying so hard to understand what they meant, and I genuinely can't even. And then so I was doing some googling to try and like other videos on YouTube to try and like see if I could figure out what they meant. and then I discovered it was soap cutting they meant, so it was one letter different. So that's from one of my sort of non-native English speaking followers. So I promise I will be doing a soap cutting video at some point. I've actually been eyeing up bars of soap in the supermarket, but I think I kind of need to watch a few first, because I've never done soap cutting before. I have no idea what it involves or what soap is best. So I will look into doing that, but as I said, I need to do a little bit of research first and buy some soap. 21. Do your family and friends know you make ASMR videos? Yes, they do. Actually, my sister and one of my friends were amongst my first ever subscribers, so thank you very much. And my niece is also a subscriber, so watch your language, everyone. Little ears present. Yeah, I'm fairly open with people about what I'm doing. I haven't like put it on Facebook or anything like that I do what I do. But like my really close friends and family, they all know that I do it. So, and in fact my brother featured in one of my videos, so yeah. Have you ever been recognised in public? Well, no, because I'm not very well known. I'm currently at 64 subscribers. It's constantly going up, which is nice. But yeah, I wouldn't say I'm like a celebrity getting recognised in public. 23. What inspires your video ideas? Really, it's just things that I enjoy. I'm either taking sort of inspiration from things in my own life that I know have triggered ASMR, like library type role plays, or the catalogue thing. That is because there was a friend of our family who used to come around, and growing up in Shetland, there isn't a huge number of clothing stores. Like, there's not like a huge number of stores. It's a small island in the middle of nowhere that's really hard to get off of. So growing up, I moved there when I was like 6 and didn't leave the island again till I was 12. Because we couldn't afford to go away on holiday. And so we did a lot of clothes shopping using what in Shetland we referred to as club books, but it's catalogues. So we used to use catalogues for doing a lot of our clothing shopping. And there was this particular friend of the family who used to love coming around to our house to look through our catalogues. And I could sit and watch her going through the catalogue just like all day. Like, yeah, just the page turning and the concentration at looking at what she was looking at. I loved it. So that's what kind of gave me the idea of going through the catalogue. And some people had commented on my Inaudible Whisper video. I think when I was doing some studying or something, my study video, like roleplay, people were like, "Oh, we like the Inaudible Whispers," and so I kind of incorporated that. So yeah, it's really just kind of things that worked for me, and then if I get feedback from people and people ask for things, then I will happily oblige. 24. Where do you find yourself spending the most time online? So up until a few weeks ago, that would definitely have been Facebook. I have a real smartphone addiction problem, which I'm getting therapy for. I wish I was joking. Well, I'm getting counselling for depression, but yeah, it doesn't help. I gave up Facebook months ago for Lent, this year and last year, and found it had a really positive mental health impact. So I have given it up again for September and October. So I've given that up, and then I've also I always spend a lot of time on Reddit which has kind of replaced Facebook for the last few weeks. So I need to really cut back on that. And YouTube. I can spend hours watching utter nonsense on YouTube. And obviously I love watching ASMR, which I view as research for my channel, so that's excusable. And then the final question, number 25. What advice would you give to someone who wanted to make their own ASMR content? To be honest, it would be start with what you've got and just start making content. Don't worry too much about being perfect. You can go back and redo things. If you're not happy with them, in time. But yeah, just start making, do things that you're passionate about, because it'll come across, I think, in the videos. And don't worry about being the same as everyone else. Like, there's space for all of the different types of ASMR creators. So it's like, don't spend time comparing yourself to others. There's some people who upload all the time. There's other people who just aren't able to do that, and they upload much less frequently. There's some people who will spend a lot of time editing their videos, and then people like myself who just don't have the time or the skills to do that. So don't worry if you see other people doing these really polished, highly edited videos, and you think, oh gosh, I wouldn't be able to do that. Start with what you've got. Start with whatever equipment you can use. I use my phone and the headphone cable. In time, I'm gonna upgrade to using proper microphones and maybe a fancy camera. But for now, just use what you have and create content and enjoy the process. There's no point doing it if you're not enjoying it. And that's coming from someone who's naturally very hard on herself. So I'm learning to chill out and just be okay with how much time I spend and not feeling guilty about if someone else is spending longer editing their videos and making them look amazing. It's what you're able to do. So yeah, that's my advice, is just have fun with it and do what you can with what you can and with what you have, and just see what happens. But yeah, that's the end of my 25 questions. Because I'm still quite a small channel, I'm not aware of like lots of other ASMR content creators, so the only one who I could say I really speak to is kind of in chats back and forth, is the SleepStories ASMR, and she's already tagged me. So if you're watching this and you make content, then feel free to go do this one. Count this as your tag. It's a nice challenge too, so if you're interested, crack on. Otherwise, yeah, take care, and I'll see you in a video again sometime soon.